So, welcome class to lesson 6-6, day 1. Obviously, it's 2-day lessons. We're going to break apart some of the concepts that are in here and go from there. So, strong mathematicians can solve problems involving addition and subtraction of fraction and mixed numbers. So, with that, we're going to dive right in. Your vocabulary words again that we've reviewed in the past. We have mixed number, so that's a number that consists of a whole number and a fraction, and fractions greater than 1. Because they have a numerator that is greater than the denominator, which you've seen before, so I feel good about those words and vocabulary. So now it's really just a whole slew of skills, which I'd like you to kind of pause the video because these are called review skills. And I'd like to see you do this right now. So directions are the fraction that will complete each equation. So find the missing part right now. Do that one, and then we'll touch base. So we have 1 equals 5/5, which equals 2/3. Wait a second, that's not right. That can't be 2/3. I messed up already. See, you could be like saying, what's going on, Mr. Kamen? That should actually be 2/5. How about that? Which means I kind of gave you the answer because this should be 3/5 right there because 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 5/5. Get rid of that third. I don't know. We'll call it a typo. And here we go with this other one. 1 equals 8/8 equals 3/8. Well, 3/8 plus what equals 8/8? That would be 5. And we know the denominators stay the same when we're adding fractions. The next one, right? Each fraction is the sum of fractions in 2 different ways. So there are many multiple ways that you can do this one. You might even write some that I don't write, so pause the video, give it a shot, find different ways to add them. I'm going to throw out a couple. My guess is, I'm trying to guess what you did. I'm going to try to be that predictor. I'm going to say you went with 6/9 plus 1/9 because that seems pretty straightforward. And then the other one you wrote, I'm going to go, you just went right down the list. You're going to go 5/9 plus 2/9. Said, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it was a good guess. The next one, the bigger the number is, the more possibilities. So 15/16. I still think you guys do this. 14/6 plus 1/6. And then I always like to divide things in half. That's kind of me, but you can't divide 15 in half, so pretty close. I would say 8/6 plus 7/6. So those are my 2 examples. I can put equal signs in here because technically these all equal the same. They're just written in different forms. So obviously you have multiple ways to write different fractions. Feeling comfortable adding different parts of the fractions to equal a number, finding missing parts of a fraction equation. Those are the skills from this page. So you pause the video, write this information down to help you out. So the next one, right? Each mixed number is a fraction. We've done this before. So you can pause the video now, try to do this before I do, and see if your answer matches mine. I kind of like this game, even though I have no idea if you get them right or wrong. That's the fun part. So to find a fraction as a mixed number, remember our little hint, we times here, we plus here, we start here, working our way this way. So 8 times 7 is 56, plus 3 is 59. Ace, I can feel a lot of fist pumps. Yes, I got that one. And here we have 4 times 6 would be 24, plus 5 would be 29 sixths. And now, we say we write each fraction as a mixed number. So you can pause the video as we bring it back the other way. See if you can get these done and then see if your answers match mine. I've got 7 divided by 32. So I'm just going to show my work over here. 7 divided by 32. I was going to almost put a 5 there. That'll be too many. A 4 works there. 28, that's a 4, so a remainder of 4. Now how to write all these numbers? Whole number, 4, numerator is the remainder. Divisor is my denominator. Excellent. And last but not least, 24/5. Same type of thing. Hopefully you have this division worked out. And you worked it out to look like this. And you have this right here of 20. Subtracted, you get 4. Remainder of 4. Look, 4 remainders. I don't know why. It seems to always have the same remainder. And look, it has the same whole number. That's crazy. But what's different between these two? The denominator, yes. So 4 and 4/5. So you can pause this down right now, write down these other examples to help guide you and assist you when it comes to solving your problems. And now add or subtract. So we're going to go straight forward and add and subtract these problems. Make sure you follow the sign. Also make sure that you, if it's a fraction greater than 1, make sure you put it into a mixed number. So you can pause the video right now, solve these, and we'll compare answers in a little bit. So here we go. We've got 12/6, or 6 divided by 12 is 2. Now notice if it comes out even, it's just there's no remainder, there's no numerator, there's no denominator, it's just 2. And that's going to come in handy as we move forward to our next one. Subtraction. Actually, do the other addition ones, I'll keep the same color. 27/9 plus 7/9 equals 34/9. If I divide 9 by 34, I get, so I get 3 would be 27, and then that would be 7 left over, and 7/9. That would be if I am Adding, subtracting, said denominator stays the same. 8 minus 3 is 5. Numerator is smaller than my denominator. I can't write it as a mixed number. Here I have 9 minus 2 is 7, and then I have fourths. So now that is a number. Numerator is bigger than the denominator. So I have to divide 4 by 7, which would give me 1 remainder of 3, and the denominator stays the same as 4. So you can pause these down as examples to help you out. Hopefully you beat me while doing them, and you did a good job and feel confident about these skills. And now to the big ones. So adding and subtracting numerators and mixed numbers, not numerators, mixed numbers. But we have to look at the numerators in our subtraction problem, hopefully you're saying, as a reminder from last unit. So do our additions one first. So it doesn't matter if you have the fractions or the whole numbers, because we're going to do both. 4 plus 4 sevenths plus 5 sevenths equals 9 sevenths. And then 7 plus 8 equals 15, since this is bigger, or, which means we have 9 left. If we take 7 pieces away, we have another whole. So it'll give us 16. And then we left with 2 sevens. So that, like I said, when you have a mixed number that's greater than 1, usually you're not adding too many more to the whole numbers. And we'll slide over to the other addition problem as well. So we have 10 eighths, because we have 5 eighths plus 5 eighths. We have 9 plus 3 is 12. So since we still have a fraction greater than 1, so we're going to take 8 pieces away, because 8 make a whole because of our denominator. So or we get 13 and 2 eighths. And now to the subtraction problems. Dun, 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 dun. I hear the music cueing. You got this. We got this. All right. The first one, 4 and 2, 6, minus 2 and 5, 6. 2 is less than 5, which means we have to do some ungrouping, which means we're cross off 4. We make it into a 3. Now the question is, how many pieces did you put on top? Well, what do you always do? You look at your denominator. If your denominator is 6, that means if you chain in a hole, you're going to get 6 pieces back. So that means you're going to get 3, and 8, 6 would be our new number. I like to write on the side because got a lot of things going on right there. Don't get confused. Minus 2 and 5 sixths. Now I can subtract because 8 is bigger than 3, so I get 3 6 for my fraction. 3 minus 2 is 1, so my answer would be 1 and 3 6. And now you're like, wait a second, Mr. Kamen, something's even more intriguing about this problem. We just have a whole number minus a mixed number. So you have 6 minus 3 and 3/9. So what do I do here? Well, here's what I would do. If you see 3 and 3/9, that means it's 6 and 0 ninths. Because 0, we can turn this into anything. Why did we choose ninths? Because ninths is the denominator of our bottom problem. And in order for us to subtract right now, they need to be like numbers. So now what would I do? Well, now it looks very much like the other problem we did with 4 and 2, 6 and 2 and 5, 6. We're going to cross off the 6 and make that a 5. We're going to take this 0 and we're going to add 9 to it. So it's really 6 is 5 and 9 ninths is the same as 6. Minus 3 and 3/9. And now we can subtract 9 minus 3 is 6/9. And 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2 and 6/9 equals 3 and 3/9. If I'm not sure, the big ones on these subtraction ones, make sure you double check your work with the inverse operation. Make sure you add your answer. So if I do this 2 and 6/9, I'm sure our additions are way more confident right now than our subtraction with that ungrouping thing, which is new to us. And I add these up, I get 9/9 and 5, which is what I turned that number into, which means I know my answer is correct. So you can pause the video right now, write down these problems, and hopefully you've had some correct answers along the way. Because why now? It's going to be your turn. Box 3, I want you to complete these ones right now. Answer those questions. Solve all, write out those number sentences. Write them in different ways. 6/8, 24/7. You can pause this part of the video right now. Do these problems. And now you have some write some mixed numbers as a fraction. And then write some fractions as a mixed number. So 8 and 4/7 and 6 and 4/5 as fractions. Write 48/9 and 37/6 as mixed numbers. Good luck. And we got some straight up adding problems and then some changing from one to the other. 6/8 plus 4/8, 9/6 minus 3/6, 8/3 minus 1/3, and 18/4 plus 3/4. Make sure you keep your eyes on the operation to make sure you don't add when you're supposed to subtract and subtract when you're supposed to add, but you got this. And last but not least, these problems of adding mixed numbers or subtracting them. Take your time, do your best, good luck. I look forward to seeing all of your great work on these problems as it kind of reviews the last several lessons all into a nutshell. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to write them down or share those out. If you have any strategies that helped you, make sure you share those out as well. And thanks again for another great lesson.